Yeah, it's your boy Alley Boy TPR.
And you got to know, man, it's the boy Big Lingo, Young L.A, man.
Yeah, we with the
Right
progress
here,
report,
progress
man.
report. You
All
got to
day.
know. Mob Lingo.
Yeah.
The Progress Report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepard. This is a special episode of the Progress Report. I wouldn't necessarily call it a podcast or skipping, but I got two Atlanta legends in the building, man. Yung L.A, Alley Boy. I want to give y'all both y'all flowers.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? For everything that y'all do and contributed to the culture. Me and Yung L.A been knowing each other for a while. Very supportive. Been pulling up on me, I think, before we had the lockers and shit. So,
Yes.
and Alley Boy definitely been knowing of you for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So this is a surreal moment. Okay, so how y'all feeling?
I'm feeling
Man, great,
Y'all look good.
I'm feeling great.
Hell yeah. So tell me, how did we get here? What we working on?
Everything, a lot of overdue shit, you know what I mean? So
Thanks.
we just really, finishing the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Coming for what's y'all's. Now, we did get the song. We got the back on that record. You know what I mean? Major salute. I think, as a fan, I seen the social media post. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to go back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I honestly thought I'd never see the day. So this is amazing. So, are y'all working on a project? Or y'all just working on a couple of songs? Like, what is it exactly?
What we doing, Mob?
What y'all doing? What is it?
We got this Mob Lingo shit we working on.
Okay.
Like, we ain't recorded too much on it, but the shit we done recorded already, that shit crazy. So it like, we just, like me and Lay been talking for years, man. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, so it ain't really too new to us.
Right.
You
but
know what I
new to
mean?
us.
Know that everybody.
Everybody
Yeah.
else. So it was like, we was just, we ain't playing it. So it was like, bro, fuck that shit. They're gonna goddamn, let's just gonna drop some shit, let these folks know what time it is.
That
They gonna
part.
shake them up, you know what I mean? Cause
sure.
they don't see it coming.
Right.
know what I mean?
Yes, bro. And that's what I think was so good about it, because even when we was doing a rollout, me, shout out to Trenchwerk, everybody over there.
yeah.
Man, shout out to them boys and
Nard&B,
just their
man.
growth and their progress.
For real.
Lalaa, you see me, and in the rim with those
Absolutely.
guys. And you sometimes you got to just go revisit when you know you got something, even though it don't work in that season.
Yeah.
That don't mean you just walk away from it and let it go. A lot of
agree.
people miss a lot of things because they don't go back and revisit. They skip. You sow seeds, you plant seeds. So why when you go back and check on the flowers, they gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I believe in. So getting a chance to be back with Nard&B on just on that level, it's just outstanding. But we wanted to have that shock element.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
when we dropped, we didn't want to be standing next to each other. We didn't want nobody to see us in the
Got
streets
you.
hanging out with each other. Like, we didn't want nobody to have a clue.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's what's part of the rollout. And we said
And
we
by
just
the
gonna
time
drop
they,
it.
by the time they seen it,
Yeah.
we already like 10 steps ahead. Like, bro, this shit, you finna have to get used to it type shit,
Man, nah, and I again, that's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, build that shit up. Now, so y'all getting back in the studio now, what's what it look like now in terms of recording process, the promotional process? Because the game in 2024 is a little different.
But to me, it don't change.
Okay.
You gotta still have your same drive. Like, we come from where we might get 30, 40,000 CDs pressed up and hit the street like this. It's a little different now, cause everything on the internet. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So our grind, my grind is totally different from somebody who started from the internet. because
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna put more into it than them. They gonna straight run to the internet.
Right.
We already know the footwork. So we ain't scared to put the footwork in. LA come from that shit too, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
like, Shawty work ethic so crazy. I ain't gonna lie, like I really gotta give Shawty a flower, you know what I
That
mean?
part.
Cause it like he drive. Like, I don't think people just know he drive. You know what I mean? And his drive push me.
Yeah.
Cause I get on some shit and be like, fuck this rap shit.
Look, I know you guys are tuned into the episode, but I need you to like and subscribe to our channel right now. Let's go.
I'll be like, fuck this, fuck
Nah,
the
man.
music.
Swear,
shit.
dude.
Cause I don't
swear.
really
You,
like.
but really, you were just in that space, Mob, for real, right? Like kind of
Yeah,
like sort of right
yeah,
there in that
yeah.
spot you talking
But
about.
it's like, I be doing some of the other shit, you know what I mean? Like, I just moved back from Denver.
I heard, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was up there cultivating, you know what I mean? So it was like, I wasn't really studying music shit. I'm a Pisces, so I'm going this way and
March
this
or
way.
February?
Yeah, March.
Okay.
19th, yeah. So it like,
Oh, you sound day before me, Mark.
yeah.
Damn, you a
I
Pisces
started-
too?
I'm an Aries.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right there. Yeah, I just
Damn.
So it like, I got down.
That's hard.
I be
That
doing
is.
some shit.
That's crazy.
It's good and bad. 'Cause I could be doing something and I just stop and be on some more
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
And-
it can be like a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah,
Bad
like
thing.
True,
so
true,
it
true.
like, bro, really got me back in that pocket. I'm watching his
Man.
drive.
Yeah.
I'm watching him moving. Like, damn, boy, this nigga booking shows on his own. Like, lay a one man army.
Nah, for real.
With that shit, you know what I'm saying? So
For real.
that shit just motivated me. Like, damn, you know what I mean? Then we had already been like, man, we gotta hit these folks with something. Then bro in the studio going crazy.
Hell yeah.
I'm seeing shit, hearing the shit. I'm like, bro, it about that time, bro.
Yup.
Damn
You know
right.
what I mean?
Damn
So
right.
you really motivated me a little more. I always record anyway, but I just wasn't really putting together an actual
Yeah.
project.
Hell
But
yeah.
I stay record just for the exercise.
Yeah, that's a
you know what I
passion.
mean?
Yes,
So it was
sir.
like, man, let go. You know what I
Hey.
mean? We just like, fuck this shit.
Why
These
not?
niggas ain't. They not seeing us, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much talent not to let it get hurt, you know
That
what
part.
I mean? So
That part.
that's what got us here now, you know?
Respect, man. And
And
I was gonna say, going back to Lay, man.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about Lay, bro, this nigga gonna drop a tape, a project, EP, something on your ass, bro. This nigga be working like this. So I know you recently put out a project with Nard&B. So talk about that.
Two.
We gotta, right. It was
He
back
just
to back.
did
It
one
was
with,
back to back.
Jewel Lingo.
With Jewel.
Yep.
And Young Rock.
With Jewel,
Yep.
man.
Salute to
Shout
Young
out to
Rock.
Jewel. Yep, Jewel, our brother.
So, I mean, tell me, like, your work ethic, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, it's easy for you to get in the studio, but, like, your work ethic and shit, where'd that come from?
Oh, man, I think it just it's in my blood. I think it really come from my grandma. My grandma's 78, man, and she still work. You know what I'm saying? She just closed on her house. You know what I'm saying? She just, doing some things. It's like grandma, and I get it from my grandma and my mom. So I'm headstrong about, completing the task. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm doing the task and I get knocked down and get defeated in the task, I'm not gonna dwell in it. I come back, sit back, observe, and then I jump right back at the task. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not defeated overall. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It just could have been some small things that didn't line up at the time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Straight up.
I mean, I always hung my hat on just, I started, I came in the game just by, open mics and a lot of
Right.
groundwork and running around. And,
Crucial.
crucial. Meeting guys like Clay Evans and you know what I'm saying?
Coco
Clay.
and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When
Like,
you meet a guy like
That,
Clay
that the
Evans,
whole
you
thing,
will
like,
really
I don't
learn
think a lot of
groundwork.
people understand about real grounded artists, like, from
Man.
Atlanta, like, who been here, like, all of them really come from some of the same platforms.
Facts.
Like Crucial, Coco Loco, all these, the Libra,
Yep.
all these places like this shit
Yes,
we were
sir.
doing before we got known, actually, you know what I mean? We were already known in our areas and shit,
Yep.
And so it was like, once shit started popping, we were already kind of a little seasoned, you know what I mean? Because we
Exactly.
were already running around the city, you know what I mean? Like, people don't know, like, Shawty Low come from Crucial.
Yeah,
Shop
man.
Boys, Thug.
Yeah.
Like, these the places where they first
Me.
started.
21, oh,
You know what
yeah,
I
a
mean?
lot
Like,
of folks.
well, you first started being like, damn, I
Yeah.
can rock a crowd. You know what I mean?
That part.
Like, Crucial, the first place I felt like, damn, I can rock a crowd.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I
for
mean?
sure, it gave you
Monday
that
night
feeling.
with Clay.
Yeah,
You
going
know
up.
what I mean? On
Yeah.
Monday nights and shit, that shit used to be like we getting paid. Like,
Yes,
well,
bro.
this a
The
show.
energy
You know what I
that
mean?
used to be
Like, just the
incredible.
energy was so high.
Man.
And that's when we started getting our core fan bases and shit. Like,
Yep.
folks
That's real.
really fucking with you, like, damn, this shit can do something. You know what I mean?
No
You ain't
doubt.
do that, but build that confidence to be able to go nationwide with that shit. You know what I mean?
100%.
By the time we went nationwide, shit, we already
ready.
like,
Who was ready?
this shit easy. You know what I mean?
Man, salute to the city of fucking Atlanta, man. Because, I mean, Atlanta is such a beautiful city, especially for entertainment and music.
is.
And like y'all
It
said,
is.
like, I think sometimes you don't even realize the steps that you're putting in to prepare you for something else. And
Yeah.
Atlanta going to do that to
Yeah.
you for you.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
while we speaking of Atlanta, y'all both mean a lot to the city. I want both of y'all to tell one another what do each of y'all mean to the city. You know what I mean? So I want you, Alley, to tell Young L.A. what does he mean to the city in Atlanta and vice versa.
Who come again?
We on there
I'm
Julio.
a little slow.
Are you
Brian,
good?
we
How
we
you
celebrate
doing?
at
So
the
I
same
want
time,
So I
man.
want you to, be like, man, this is what Young L.A. means to the culture.
Oh,
of
okay,
Atlanta
okay,
and
okay,
vice
okay,
versa.
okay.
I want to hear from y'all.
I'm a little slow,
No,
man.
you good, man.
But nah, for real though, like I always tell bro, like I'm like, bro, you like, you make this shit fun again to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause, you know, my shit be on some gritty shit,
That
some
street
real life
shit.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
With
for
those-
sure. We need
and
that
and
too, though.
sometimes I be feeling stuck in that pocket kind of. You know what I mean? Cause
Okay.
I ain't just no black cloud. You know what I mean? I be want to have fun and shit
That's
too.
real.
You know what I'm saying? So it be
for
like,
sure.
but it kind of be a little hard for me to get in that mode, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it music fun to me. You know what I mean? Like, it like bring back that excitement, that old shit. Like when we did have the shop boys around heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when Atlanta was doing a lot of fun music, I feel like that what
Dancing.
made Atlanta. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Cause you know, by these young niggas, everybody now they on some drill music basically. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it like it really ain't too much fun in the music no more. And I feel like they bring that shit. Like me
Appreciate it,
personally, you know what I mean? Like I told him, and I'm like, bro, I don't think it would been a Future if it wasn't a year L.A.
Period.
Not taking no credit
course.
away from Future, but I remember Future name was different. He was meathead at one point doing his thing, and I feel like Shouter brought the futuristic shit. You know what I mean? And just the whole way he was popping it, I feel like that helped Future. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Kick off his style, his new shit, cause he came totally different. You know what I mean? Mixed with his own talent. But I feel like
Kinda set the
if this
stage.
wouldn't have happened, this wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? And I really feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
appreciate
feel
that,
like
bro.
Shouter really bring a lot of that flavor to this shit. That's why I was really excited about. Cause me and Lay, we been tight.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? We had a little situation or whatever, but we ain't stupid enough to dwell on no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So
We
it's
stupid,
like,
but we ain't gonna
Yeah.
stay
We
stuck
gonna
on
stay
stupid.
stuck
We
on
ain't gonna
stupid.
stay.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna be
like,
just
that
stuck on
really
it. You know what
somebody
I'm saying?
That's real.
I always fucked with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like, bro, they got down. You know what I mean? It the whole shit all around exciting to me, cause it's challenging. Because I gotta come on his style, he gotta come on my
Yeah,
style.
that part, that
But it
part.
really like we still stay in our own pocket,
And compliment.
but we make that shit. You know what I mean? I feel like the combo just crazy.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
It's like the lemon pepper combo, man.
Man,
That
it
shit
is,
too
bro.
hard.
Yeah.
Lemon
It
pepper
is.
hot.
It is,
Now,
bro.
Lay, I want
It
you
is.
to tell Alley Boy like what he mean to the city of Atlanta, man.
Man, you know, I mean, Alley represent the everyday Atlanta grinding guy, you know what I'm saying, inner city, you know what I'm saying, who ain't gonna take no for an answer and trying to progress, you know what I'm saying? And if you in the way of the progression, then you gotta get moved out the way, you know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what I see when I see Alley. He's so authentic and original, man. His sound, I feel like he underrated when it come to bars. His flow cadences, his voice tone, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really got a rap with punchlines and metaphor because he got a tone and aura on his delivery that's just so raw that you just want to hear the delivery. But just like I told Mob, I think the other day we were talking, I said, bro, really, everything going on now, you know, all the spin music and the drill music, I feel like it originated from you. Like, you were the first one I seen you really talking real raw street shit.
Facts.
You know, I'm talking about from, you can go back to Fofo, you know what I'm saying? You can go back to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, all them ones, and you see like, you know what I'm saying, Black Flag, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
And
Straight up.
when it came to real, I feel like everything evolves and spins, but I
Yeah.
feel like he's the origin of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the first person to bring that to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Before it was called drill, but
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
still
yeah.
on that aggressor, he brought that.
100%.
So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's why right now, he fit right in the game, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to hear that authentic, you know what I'm saying, hard street stuff, and you know what I'm saying? And that's what's going right now, and I feel like he the king of that.
Respect. I love that. And I feel like y'all put that shit in the beautiful words. That's why I wanted to ask y'all perspective, because y'all actually seen each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I know you're looking at this episode and you feeling it right now, but look, stop real quick and make sure y'all like, subscribe to our channel. It's the progress support.
When did y'all first meet? At what point did y'all first meet?
Ever?
Yes. First time meeting.
We always been outside, so it like
Yeah.
We been seeing each other
probably
since,
2007.
We start, okay, we been seeing each other in the club. We were all going to the same club. So,
Yeah, type shit.
right around 2007, 2008, you know what I'm saying?
What a good year.
But the first time we worked in the studio, and just actually locked in when we got to that intimate level, not just seeing each other in the
When
club.
it was about 2008.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Like a year after.
Yep, it was me, you, and Kent. First time we locked in, right on Campbellton Road, that little studio right there. Remember?
That was probably 2008.
Yep, and we started right
We
there.
ended up doing some on my project. Me, you, and Bank.
Yeah.
The big.
And drove too. Remember when we came to the studio, y'all had Patchwork book.
Yeah.
And you were working on your album.
Yeah.
And goddamn me and Dro came through. And I think that when me and you did big. The B-I-G, I'm talking C-D-B, I'm talking D-T-E, I'm talking about B.
Hell yeah. Man, some history. So, you know, obviously we got to address the elephant in the room.
Yep, let's do
now, so my first question is like, you know, when the video did surface online, like, how did you genuinely feel? How did you react to the video?
Man, like, I didn't even know it was a video, you know. I didn't know it was a video to probably, like, because, you know, everything was slower back then.
That's super
you feel
facts.
Me?
That's super
So
facts.
it didn't come out, like, the same day,
You know, so when the video came out, I mean, I had already accepted it. Like, after the event that same day when all that happened,
That's real.
I was still outside. Like, basically, I had done went to Bankhead, you know what I'm saying? Face swole, you know what I'm saying? Wham or bruise it, whatever.
That's real
But
nigga shit.
I'm saying, like, real nigga shit, when you from the spot, you come from that, you know, when you used to that, you know what I'm saying? We been going, you know, we were doing that as kids.
Yeah.
Tomerville Heights apartment, shit, we'll get on the church bus and supposed to be going to church and be fine, you know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
Doing this in boards, you know what I'm saying? That's a survival tactic and stuff like that. But, you know, once it hit, it was more, for me, how my family felt. It wasn't nothing about me, because you could fight any day in the streets of Atlanta and come right back outside, out the door. You know what I'm saying? You wear your licks, you know what I'm saying? You don't tuck it till you still wear your licks and you keep going. And that's what I did, but it was more the effect of my mama calling, my grandma calling, my uncles calling, my whole family calling, because they don't know the extent or the level of wherever it's at. They just know what they, you know what I'm saying, seeing, you know, somebody seeing their son, somebody seeing their nephew, somebody seeing their brother, you know what I'm saying, however. So that's when it really hit me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I got tough skin. I could take so much shit. That shit don't do nothing. Like, I be like, you know what I'm saying? So, but when I seen it affect others, because I could have went to sleep, you know what I'm saying, heal up, whatever, get my goddamn boo. I'm back outside, back to the regular routine, you know what I'm saying? That was yesterday, you know what I'm saying? We on to the next. But like I say, it kind of hit more deeper when you see the effect that it have on the people that, you know what I'm saying, who love you and you love, you know what I'm saying, your loved one. So
That's real. And that's real. And I respect what you're saying. I mean, essentially, when some shit happen, you should be able to take your lick, move on.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Now, Allie, let me ask you, you know, just fast forward looking at that, like, did you ever feel like you was wrong in that situation? Do you regret that situation? Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, cause this ain't no stranger to me.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but you know, both of us got arrogance about each other. You know what I mean? Like,
Rightfully
and so
so.
just at the time, like, you know what I mean? I don't put no other motherfucker, no fault in the shit. But I feel like we got instigated. Cause there were people in between and shit, and they, oh, L.A., how you woo you feel about this, and Alley woo how you feel about this, and we got caught up in it, and
You know,
I got caught up in
celebrating
it. I
it.
hear some shit he been said, and now I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna say this back. You know what I mean? So it was more back and forth before that. You know what I mean? Shit that was on the internet and shit.
We were gonna
So
say what
like,
we were gonna say, Alley, Lay,
us
but
being like,
these two niggas gonna
the
say what they
nigga
gonna
of the
say.
year, so we taking that in, but I ain't never want to get on no super street shit like, damn, I want to really harm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got
but
you.
I was in a mode like, when I see bro, that's how I felt. You know what I mean? Me being like, so, and I reacted. You know what I mean? And it was really more like we weren't used to like all the internet shit at the time.
Yeah, that was
You
new.
know what I mean?
That was
So,
new.
era.
That was
weren't
new.
really
the first people to go
Yeah,
viral. That was like
it
the
was
first
like-
biggest viral moment.
like-
that was
That's
a big
true.
I
viral
took
moment.
a lot of the stuff like,
And that shit helped and hurt at the
I
same
wasn't used
time.
to
But it was
being-
like that was
I wasn't
crazy.
used to being on the internet like that, like, or like no type of going back and forth.
I got you.
With nobody, you know what I mean? So it was like, damn, you know what I mean? So when we did end up seeing each other, or whatever, like, it wasn't no plan type shit, you know?
Nah, it wasn't. I remember that
the whole
day I
house
came.
fucked
I
with
ain't
him.
even-
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to
Like,
be over there
Yeah.
every day. I
we
was still at the
just
spot.
so happened to
Long
run
live
into each
Dave.
other, you know what I
Love
mean?
you, Dave.
But
Okay.
you know, D were my niggas.
Yeah.
So it like when they see me do something, they gonna move on it too. But it wasn't never like we was sitting around talking like, oh well, we gonna, you know what I mean? Like
And
it wasn't never like that.
I was
you know
on the spot because even with all that going on, I was pulling up every day, and I know what
Exactly,
me and bro
you know
had
what I mean?
going on personal, but I didn't have that going on personal with Dave.
It won't-
I didn't
it
have
won't
that
like-
going on personal with other people that
Salute
love
to
me.
Dave,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
Long live the kid,
my
man.
brother.
Long live the
Dave
king.
was the sweetest motherfucker person, man. Salute to Dave, man. Hell yeah. Solid shit. For sure.
Shawty was crazy about Mob and me, like super
It's
crazy about
you
that.
know, it was an unfortunate situation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause both of us got backslash from that shit. Like
Very true.
That shit wasn't, they ain't, you know what I mean? Everything ain't meant for that shit. You know what I mean? To be on no internet type shit. You know what I mean? And then with the relationship me and Shawty had in the first place, like,
Yeah, man.
damn, you know what I mean? But that's the whole reason we can come back from the shit. You know what I mean?
Grown man business.
Like, you know, we get a lot of negative. Some folk gonna be negative because they just like negative shit.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But I ain't. You
That shit
can't
ain't
tell
about
me
me.
what to do and who to fuck with. You know what I mean?
When you ain't stuck on stupid Mob. Fuck you,
You know
mean.
what,
real
Neil.
shit.
You know what I
Trying to tell
mean?
you.
So
Real
it's like,
shit.
man, get some money on, man. We're gonna get us some money.
And we
like
can-
either way it go, you know.
No, that's real.
No, for sure.
Now, Allie, let me ask you a question. So, like, when that other video surfaced, I know you had told the story before what happened in L.A. and whatnot. Did you feel like that was karma at all?
Nah, yeah and no, but not from that.
I mean, of course.
Like I'm like a when I used to be. Let me just say that. I'm like a live wire.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
man.
Like I'm like a live wire. You know what I mean? Like, and I react like
Yeah.
right then where I'm at and shit like that. So that's where I come from. Like I really come from like nigga be talking that shit. Like I be like, bro, we really from this shit, bro. We live wire, bro. So wherever I go, I'ma be like that. You know, I was like real shit, like no cuts on this shit. I was robbing niggas and shit. I moved to L.A. I'm still on my Atlanta shit. It's hard to shake.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying?
That's
so
real.
and that's where the shit come from. It
Yeah.
all streamed from that.
That's
But
real.
it was like, you know, you gotta you gonna win something, you gonna lose some. You know what I mean?
You got to know that.
That's what it was. You know what I mean? So I looked at it like that, like, hey man, it is what it is. I'm glad the niggas they ain't pull up with no pistols.
That part.
You know what I mean? Like,
For
cause
sure.
you know, we done took from these folks. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm you know, I'm thinking all the way around. Then the police involved. I get locked up and everything. So I'm like, man, this shit, some buzzard look shit.
Man.
I'm like, I'm finna go to jail in L.A. for robbery. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
thinking like that. Like, god damn. So it like,
Man.
you know, but you know, God playing, man.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? All this shit.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
Time,
I
for
take
sure.
it all in.
For sure.
You know,
sure.
how it come, the good and the bad.
Good
You know what I
and-
mean? Like,
Damn
the
right.
thing about when you fall, it's about getting up.
That part.
I ain't gonna lay there. I ain't never
Trying
gonna
to
lay
tell
there. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at any situation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
man, like throughout my life, man, I done been kidnapped. I done been tortured. Like, you know, my hood know this. Everybody know this. Like, I don't really been kidnapped and tortured before. You know what I mean?
What was the most painful thing in that torture process? Because we see shit on movies and shit. So
Just the fact of nigga got me at bay
It
like
was
that.
like mental torture.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
I'm more like,
God damn, like these niggas can do
Whatever.
whatever with me right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm
So
at these folk
you
disposal.
know,
Like,
Right.
but then you think like, well, shit, nigga, if it's my time, it's my time. I really think like that, like, and I really feel like I ain't going nowhere till it's my time.
For sure.
So I'm gonna make it through whatever. You know what I mean?
That part.
That's how I look at shit. You know, when in my time, that's that. But I ain't gonna move in fear or ever.
Yeah.
right.
You know what
part.
I'm saying?
That part, man. It's real grown man business, man. That's
This
why
shit
I'm
going
proud of both of
Also,
y'all, man. This
oh,
is
nah,
hard.
for real,
This
though.
shit
This is
dumb
hard,
hard.
man.
This shit super
So,
hard.
you
This the
know what I
real.
mean? Y'all done accomplished so many amazing things and so much more to still accomplish. Like, what would y'all tell y'all younger selves though before y'all even had a name or anything? Like, if you could sit down and talk to the young
Man.
niggas in y'all, what would y'all say?
If I was talking to me,
Your young self though.
man, chill. Just chill out, shout. You know what I mean? Like, you got the talent, you got the opportunity. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Cause it was like, I didn't really appreciate rap. Cause I always, anytime this gets slow for me, I'm gonna go back to the streets and what I know.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So that was always my mind for I couldn't never get in my head like, damn, this how I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, for
this
sure.
solely how I'm
DJ
gonna eat.
gonna be this.
I
Right,
couldn't
right,
never
right,
do
right,
that.
right.
You know what I mean? Like that was my biggest struggle. Like I always go back to what I knew. You know what I'm saying? So to this day, I still feel like I done made more money in the streets than I have
I feel you.
doing music. You know what I'm saying? But it's where it's right. You know what I mean? My heart in this. My heart ain't really in the streets like that.
That nigga love
my heart
music.
in
The
this.
boy
You know
love
what I'm
music.
saying?
Shout out love
this
music.
something nigga been on since I was a kid.
Right.
So, and this song, Bank used to tell me, you know what I mean?
Shout out Bank.
Yeah, salute to Bank, man.
Like, Bank used to always tell me, like, bro, with you, bro, it don't matter how you get money. You always gonna get some money. You don't got plenty of money in the street. No matter what you doing, you gonna get you some money. But, bro, you ain't gonna totally be happy unless you doing what. He like, bro, this your gift. Shout you got away with this shit. This shit your gift. And you ain't gonna never be fully complete unless you doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be like, shit.
That's some real
I'm
shit.
goddamn. I'm gonna get, you know, I'm
gonna
gonna try
take
this.
some down.
I'm gonna do this.
I'ma get in.
You know, and she just started to make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? You right. I can't even argue or go back and forth with you about the shit. Cause you right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel more complete when I'm doing this shit. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. What about you, like? What would you tell your younger self, man, if you could look at him?
I mean, for me, I just feel like I wish I would have just kind of I would have told myself, I just would have wished like I would have had the right kind of like financial, I would have been drilling some kind of financial something in my head, you feel me? Because I fucked up a lot of paper, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. Thank
So I would have been drilling some in my head about goddamn the 60-40 rule, the
Type shit.
70-30 rule, the
Type
80-20 rule, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Me
real.
too. That's another
That's
thing
real.
with me.
And you
I
know-
wish I would have been more. I wish I would have had some more dudes around me who were business minded. Everybody I had around me.
Same
was
thing
street.
I was saying, for
so
sure.
we'll take some. Like I read up with my advance.
Type shit.
Yeah, we'll take
You
some
know what
money
I
and
mean?
go
I
try
got
that with the
real
money.
shit when I could have went
Yeah.
and bought a truck
I got you.
or 18 wheeler or something. You know what I mean? Like I ain't had it.
Mindset.
You had that literacy.
I ain't
You
had
that
it. You
literacy
know what I
right
mean?
there
And it was
in that
like
area.
you would run through so much paper and be
I
like,
fucked up a lot of
damn.
paper, you know what I'm saying?
So I be thinking like now, like, damn boy, I'm gonna do this, you know. And back then, I just didn't have the knowledge. Knowledge a motherfucker.
It
man.
is. It's
You know
power.
what I
I'm talking
mean?
about.
Straight up.
Like you can touch a lot of money.
Man.
If you ain't got no knowledge, that shit gonna part from you.
That shit gonna part, bro. You
That
ain't got no
part.
plan, you
That
know what I'm
part.
saying? So, nah, for sure. But, you know, the beautiful thing is, man, you keep growing and
That part.
you keep going, man. And,
Yeah.
to be where we at, you know what I'm saying, in our prime, you know what I'm
Listen,
saying, as
man.
young black men and still have an
Alive.
opportunity to do it, alive, you know what I'm saying, total control, creative control on this
Independent?
true independent walk right
Yeah.
now. Stupid
Like that.
independent.
Love that.
I mean, working
Yeah,
this
yeah.
new single, man. I mean, like we BDSing
Back
right
on
now.
that,
The
man.
media
Back
base
on that.
looking good. I got about 10 stations added, you know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
And I got about
Then
10 more
hold
meetings.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
This motherfucker did all this shit on his own.
Bro, Leia, man.
Like
Leia's a
real
workaholic,
talk,
for
like
real.
we
I can't.
BDSing, we media
You know what I
based.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he did a lot of
So
this
we
shit on his own. Like I'm really like kind of down there riding the wave because he going so fast.
Hey, man,
I'm
Leia
like,
different.
yo, you
That's
know what I
real.
mean?
Now let me ask y'all, when it comes to music and stuff, like, would y'all let anybody sample y'all music? Like, you know, the Ain't Eyes the Fold. Would y'all let somebody sample y'all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Long they
actually
give me my
signed-
percentage.
I actually
Yeah.
just signed off on something.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I actually just cleared.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I just actually cleared the Ain't I sample. They had to get with all parties involved.
Hard.
Got with Dro, got with Clifford. You know what I'm saying? Got that straight, and then
Clifford?
Von took.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew that, but I'm like, then you call my man Clifford.
I mean, you know, yeah, for sure. Nah, for sure, a real person, man. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
facts.
Shout out to the boy Cliff, man, and
That's real.
yeah, so like, I mean, Von Off is the artist. He out of Chicago,
Got
and
you.
I think he with Universal.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sure who he with. Von off.
1700.
Yeah, we
something like
cleared
that.
it. Yo,
The
yeah,
boy with the glass.
yeah, we cleared
Yeah,
it.
man.
Yeah, we cleared it for
I
his
knew it was
lead.
coming. It's
Yep.
coming. It's just the beginning of like more shit. So how that make y'all feel to know, like, man, the seeds that y'all planted early, it's like it's gonna lead to more shit. This is just the beginning of
yeah.
that.
Wow, yeah.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, like, more than anything, G, I ain't gonna lie, like, far with me, I know for me, I didn't like being in no deal. Like, I the thought of it when I first was coming up and shit, I was like,
You wanted money at
you
first.
want to be
You
signed
wanted
and shit
everybody
like that, you know what I
Of
mean?
course.
But when you get in that shit And it's like, damn,
Yeah.
I can't move like I was moving. I can't put out shit like I was putting it out. Like, it's like
different.
you wait on somebody now. And we don't come from that. We come from pressing. You know what I mean? We come from pushing. Like, boy, y'all gonna hear this shit. We gonna get it out here regardless.
Yeah.
We ain't, see, you gotta think, like, I got a 50-50 deal with Atlantic
Damn.
with no BDS spins, though.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all ain't heard me on the radio. I ain't been on the
No.
radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Atlanta radio didn't embrace us. Like, you know, some of the DJs will bring us down
I got you.
to the radio and talk and shit like that. But the program directors and shit, they won.
Were they scared of y'all, you think? Or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to think our label Duct Tape.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas definitely was
You know what I
intimidating
mean?
as hell. But when I didn't never get to meet you because I know you was, you know what I mean, locked away. But I met Big Bank when he was big, Dave and Trouble, a few, and Belly Sosa too, man. That's the homie.
Shout out to
man.
Belly. Yeah,
Some
that
of the
bro.
coolest niggas I've
Yeah,
ever
like,
met.
that was the whole thing about it. Like,
It's
boy.
intimidating though, cause y'all, you know what I mean. If you don't know, you don't know that though.
yeah, if you don't know somebody, you know what I mean?
But yeah,
Like,
y'all
and
niggas
then
was
you hear the
cool.
name and shit, like, oh. But it was like, nah, man, we, you know,
Y'all
we
was
ain't
the
out
first
here
one popping out
taking
60
and shit,
deep,
you
bro.
know what I mean, for nobody. So it was more like, bro, we
Y'all was the
up.
first one popping
We
out 60
up,
deep.
so we ain't doing no petty shit,
Type
you
shit.
know what I mean? Like, so, but you know.
Yeah.
I
get
you
why
know,
people was intimidated. Though.
but I can
do.
understand,
Yeah,
you know, like,
for
but
sure.
I don't come for likes. I come for respect.
That's-
you know what I
that
mean?
part,
So
that
long as you
part.
respect it, I can take the rest of it.
That part.
You know
For
what I
sure.
mean?
That
You know?
part.
For sure.
That part. So yeah, I'm gonna bring up a couple of songs. I want y'all to tell me the first thought that come to your mind. Alright?
Alright.
So Yung L.A. for you, I got to do it. Song with Gucci. That's my shit. I still ride to that motherfucker today. First thought.
Man, that was a time. Like,
A time.
just a time.
I don't remember that one.
Do it.
That one you was like with Zay.
Hey, do
Matter of fact, I
it.
got it. I'm about to just play a little snippet.
Do
real quick.
it.
You around Zay at the time?
Do it.
That song
Yeah,
was
they're around
so
Zay.
goddamn hard.
They're around the Zay area. For me, just even being in there with WAP at that time, man. I'm talking about neighborhood superstar. If you were pushing and trying to do the music and get to that level, man, Guwap was, man, right there as a blueprint. So for him to just take to what I was doing and just fuck with my game like that, like,
Yeah.
you know, for me, that was just super confidence, more confidence than I had already had.
That was
Yeah,
Zay,
yeah.
And
man.
it let me know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm supposed to be amongst
Boy.
the best of the best. And
See,
you know what
I
I'm saying?
come from, like, my whole shit was like him before Ain't I and shit.
Yeah.
Like, he had a project with Zay.
Nah, for
He
sure.
was
Lay
Zay.
been doing his thing for a long fucking time. That's
That what I used to be like.
That's real.
Who the fuck is this? Cause his name was Yung L.A. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell it is?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause he ain't sound like no Atlanta artist.
Type
You know
shit.
what I mean?
Type shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like, man, that when you was going crazy. I always tell them that
I
shit
always
like,
tell
bro,
them,
you was going crazy when you was
Man.
Zay.
That you know
what I
that
mean?
man, that was that bad. That started everything. That was that red and black CD. I was sitting on the Tomerville Heights sign. I had that red and black stuff on, and we had probably about 16 songs. And going back to what Alice said, bro, we pressed up probably like
Put what?
700 CDs, 1,000, and we just attacked the corner right there, Summer Hill, right there where we could spread them at. And
Exactly.
that's what pumped me up. Like that's
Damn.
that's why I come from. That's what got me noticed as far as just on every other level. No, it's that was the origin. That was that bad.
That's
and so
real.
to have a nigga like Zay believing, and then
Exactly.
at that time grew up, man, they had a battery in my
Zay
back.
so raw.
You know they put
Zay-
the battery in my back.
Zay
Like eat them up, like you got them.
I be telling Zay like, bro, you got them blessed beats.
Boy,
you know,
them
Zay
boys
play at
Zay,
the church.
man.
He is the
Yeah, right. You
every
can tell.
Sunday,
You can
you know what I
hear
mean?
it.
Like-
You can hear that. You know, you just hear it. It's just different. The way he plays,
Yes,
you
it's
can
different.
hear it.
It's different. It's different, man. And I always,
man.
you know, like that's my home sound. Like, you know, I started with Zay.
Sure.
I always worked with Zay. We just dropped something not too long ago. Me and
Hell
Zay
yeah.
got this rap mumble project coming. You know what I'm saying? I got so much in the work. We just been in the gym. We been getting to it. We been pumping. Just back on that tour. It's going crazy right now. I'm talking about more dates coming in.
For sure.
Shit, me and Mob being St. Louis this weekend.
Okay.
St. Louis,
I
Missouri.
seen that. I'm gonna ask y'all about the tour too.
With
Yeah, I was
Charleston,
gonna
South
say
Carolina.
STL.
STL.
St.
Let's
Louis,
go.
yeah.
The Lulu.
I got another song I want to ask Allie. This is more for you. First thoughts when you hear the Rock Solid, Gucci Man, you, Montana, the Mac, Ralph. That's still my shit.
Maceo.
Oh yeah, right. Young Fresh.
Shout out Maceo.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Long live.
Man.
Who else on that?
Oh, y'all, I forget. Y'all went
Jay
crazy on
Money.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay was on
Yeah,
that.
it
Y'all
was
went
crazy.
crazy on that.
Is Skoob on there?
No.
Skoob ain't on there.
That was a long song, but one of my favorite long songs.
classic.
That's never
Yeah.
ending. Like,
Classic.
goddamn, everybody got a verse in this motherfucker.
Classic.
Man,
Talk about making that song, man. And
I
first,
think that's like for me, that's like the first song that like, cause you know we was in the street with this shit so much, so I probably had never even been on YouTube, like had no songs and that
Type
on
shit.
YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
And Gucci was cracking though, you know. So Maceo was popping at the time
Hell
too.
yeah.
Like,
Shout out Zone
you know
Six,
what I mean?
Maceo,
So,
Kirkwood, Maceo.
Like when they started, like when it got put out, I ain't gonna lie, it was hard to me, but like it was like Gucci style so different from mine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
And he worked so awkward. Like Gucci just go in there and say anything. I ain't saying anything,
Yeah, but real
but
shit.
he
His
go in there
recording
and make that
process
shit
is-
work.
he put it
like,
together.
He'll just go in and this thing, you know, you like, damn, that shit hard. You know what I'm saying? So he was on that type shit. So it was like, when we did, he was like, in the kitchen, trying to make it rock solid. Throw another rapid shot and got me rock solid. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, this shit is hard.
Fucking
Though.
real
All
and
do
number,
our
man.
verse and shit. So everybody did their verses. Man, this shit was lit, man. Like, so I think that's one of the first songs that I actually had on the internet. You know what I mean?
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's a big rollout.
And that
Coming
was,
out with
yeah, with WAP. You know what I mean?
That's
so
crazy.
it was like, yeah.
Man, and it's like, you know, I know both of y'all had a relationship with Young Fresh, aka Bankroll Fresh. And y'all opinion,
Street.
you know, how would
Don't
the
live
music
the
industry
street.
look if he was here now, like, and still rocking this shit?
Going crazy.
Because it's
Going
crazy.
crazy.
His old songs is still going
It's
up.
Man, I remember.
It was
I
like
remember
timeless.
Fresh
He was
when.
timeless.
Fact.
You got to think like, Fresh stepdad was over Montana the Mac,
I didn't know
so
that.
he was putting the money behind Montana.
Salute to
back
Montana,
then.
hell yeah.
Salute
You know what I
Montana,
mean?
yeah. Rock man, do the.
So,
Montana, hell yeah.
So, and Fresh was kind of like in the background a little bit. You know what I mean? But Fresh had this song called, it was like, lean and jump and do the bunny hop.
Hey.
Like, he be doing
I used to
something
like
like
that
that.
one.
But
I
it
didn't
was
even know that was him.
But it was so
I
hard.
didn't know that was before.
I
Yeah,
swear I
the
didn't
bunny
know that
hop
was him.
song,
I
that
remember
Fresh.
that.
So, he just,
Crazy.
Man,
I don't know, I guess he-
Then my brother, I ain't know
I guess
that.
crazy.
due to his stepdad putting the money behind Matt and pushing on him, he kind of won, but we knew it was hard. But we
Yeah.
used to be recording with him though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He'll
Yeah.
come to the studio and do shit with us.
Damn.
So man, I seen Montana. I seen Fresh kind of before he died. I seen him in L.A.
Got you.
and he was out there and with Travis Porter.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
him and Strap was fucking around.
Yeah,
real
Shout
soon.
out Strive.
Travis
Hell
Porter
yeah,
and shit.
hell yeah.
And I was
Yep.
staying out there at the time. And I seen him. And we just chopped it up, kicking it and shit, you know what I mean, while he was out there. And then that shit ended up happening, like,
Man.
damn. But I knew, like, Fresh finna kill these folk when he get in. Like, all the way, he finna kill them because y'all really can. He got that real flavor, I feel like, how L.A. done
Yeah.
got.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
That's facts.
He can rap, too. Like,
Yeah.
he be... Fresh should be killing it right now.
Man,
I
he
agree.
the man,
He brought Jeezy back.
he the first one told me got that.
From being passed away, though, that's the crazy
He
thing.
brought Jeezy back. With that song,
Right.
Yeah.
he
All that
had
he
nothing
did.
else since then.
Yeah.
That nigga brought Jeezy back from the dead, my nigga.
Like,
Nigga,
that shit
he
was
won
crazy.
the
I
one.
knew
He
what it
won the
was,
one.
like,
He hit
Solid
one on
E.
one.
What was you gonna say, Lay?
I was just gonna say, we was speaking on Fresh and you know what I'm saying, long live Bankroll,
sure.
long live the street. He used to just his career, like his process in the studio.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I get stuck and he'll come in there with this so much energy, just be like,
real.
bro,
Yeah,
don't
he
even
got
think
that
about it,
energy.
just whatever
Yeah,
that
he
shit.
got
He
that
the
energy.
first one told me,
Yeah.
just whatever that shit.
Yeah.
Like what? I
Yeah.
was like, what you, just whatever that shit.
Yeah.
Like don't
Just
even think
whatever
about
that
it.
shit.
That was the phrase. Just
He
whatever
got
that shit.
mind frame, like, whatever I say, eat.
Type
Cause
shit.
I'm it. He
Yeah.
feel like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no lame shit.
Type
Yeah.
shit.
You know what I mean? I feel like he felt like that. Like, whatever
sure.
I say, gonna be it.
But you
know
know
what I mean?
Jeff, man, we just on whatever that
Yep.
shit. Whatever
That
we
part.
do, that's what we do.
That part, man. You know, RIP Bankroll Fresh, man. He was one of the first niggas that let me pull out a camera and shit. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So
hard, man.
it's just crazy. Like his impact. Again, listening to some of his old songs, that shit still go the fuck off. Like that shit sound brand new. So we
Yeah.
gotta keep his name alive.
Man, he
real,
timeless,
real.
man.
Sure.
He timeless.
Another record I want to ask you about, Ali. You got the Edgewood with Trouble. That I think that project, the Edgewood project with him and Mike Will, is probably one of my favorite Trouble albums. Like to me,
His first say,
I feel you.
me.
I'm saying though, as a fan though, and I get
Yeah,
you know him, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. But I just felt like the Edgewood, something
the
about it was just
Edgewood was like,
different.
Yeah.
the Edgewood was like a real album.
Long
like,
live
It was
Skoob.
an album,
Yeah,
like
it's
just
a real
seeing his
album.
story
Yeah.
evolve to
Yeah.
me, it
Yeah.
felt like damn Trouble, you did it, my nigga.
Yeah.
You got you a
Yeah.
one of the ones. Like it's
Yeah.
not just in the street. This is one of the ones. So
Right.
you know, just both of y'all. I know both of y'all knowing Trouble and shit. Like talk about seeing him become a father.
A father.
Yeah,
Man, Trouble used to think he couldn't have kids.
he said. I remember him saying
He
that.
really felt like I can't have kids. I be like, bruh, that's an excuse for you to be wrong,
Type
bitch.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be
Trouble.
laughing and shit. I be like, your head don't want to use no rubber. So I couldn't have kids. I always studied that shit.
Type shit.
When he told me old girl was pregnant,
Yeah.
I was like, your ass been talking about you can't have, cause
Yeah.
he really felt like he couldn't have kids.
I mean, I feel you. If you
know what I mean?
complaints, then hey.
And man, I knew how he would be
Yeah.
towards a child.
For
You know what I mean? Cause Shawty, he just got a big heart. You know what I mean?
I was
Like
gonna
he has
touch
a
on
big
that same
heart,
thing.
and so it's like for him to have a child like something really a part of him, I know he gonna you know what I mean? Go extra with that shit. You know what I mean? So he had a little girl, then he had a little boy. Like they right behind each other, and they
Yeah.
like, you know. But that shit crazy, man.
Any update with his case that the fans don't know yet? Are we still playing a waiting game like everybody else?
You know, dude shot him or whatever, he locked up or whatever.
I know that much, yeah.
We ain't really been here, you know what I mean? You know, like that type of case could take years. You know what I mean?
true.
So
That's true.
we ain't really been hearing it, you know what I mean? But, you know, God bless him too.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Long live the Skoob,
Man,
man.
long live that nigga.
Long live the
Skoob,
Skoob, man.
Hell yeah, hell
Long
yeah.
live the Skoob, real Atlanta, man.
Real
Legendary.
Atlanta,
I'm talking
man.
about.
And you know, I want to ask y'all too, while we talking about Real Atlanta, another nigga that's been working, we mentioned Future earlier, and I agree with what you said. I definitely feel like the stepping stones to get to Future, you know, you definitely had to lay them bricks, right? Do y'all feel like it's a thing is ageism in hip hop? And if it is, does it affect y'all?
Who?
Ageism. Like, so say for instance, like,
Like your age?
yeah, so like with rap and hip hop music, sometimes people criticize.
They try to
Future.
make it like that, but
Okay.
I don't
It ain't
feel
like that no more.
Jay-Z still can drop
No,
a hard ass
I
verse
agree.
to this
I
day.
didn't know how y'all feel
And he
about it.
50-some years old. You know what I mean?
That's
So I
true.
feel like you still want to stay in the algorithm. You still want to, like, be able to relate. Like, when you stop being able to relate and your shit just so outdated to the point, it's like you sounding old school. Like, you don't want to sound like an 80s rapper.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
sure.
you know, so it's like,
No, sir.
long as you, but I feel like when you really from Atlanta and you gonna hear, we hear the lingo. You know what I
without a
mean?
doubt.
Like, you gonna know what's being said, and in Atlanta, we kind of lead with this music shit. So
Right.
our street lingo always gonna be up to par. You know what I mean? So it's
sure.
like, we can't really get behind the music if our lingo leading the music. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's fine.
The shit we say like I call this the lingo king to me. I be telling like,
For
bruh,
sure.
you can say anything
For
and make
sure,
that shit
man.
work. You know what I mean?
That part.
So we
That part.
kick that lingo shit, and it's like our wordplay, all that yes sir ski and
Yeah.
all that type shit like that. That shit be coming from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Then it go over to the music, and then it go national.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
I already know.
if you so in tune with the city, if you really in tune with the city and be in the streets,
gonna
you
be able to
hear
pop
people talk. We really pop it how we talk, period.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, I really sound just like, I rap like I talk.
Type shit.
You know? So it really ain't hard for me. You know what I mean? It ain't hard for him because he rap how he talk.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's real. And I just think it's interesting though, like, why is it always our community, rap, hip hop, like niggas that's rock stars and shit, country stars, that type of conversation don't
Never happen.
It never happens. It's
a
black
life.
people.
It-
It's the weirdest shit.
Yeah, it is.
You know, black people.
I know.
Has hoes.
Future, man, I love Future. So
I
you know,
do
it ain't no diss towards Future. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
hell
Anybody
nah.
know me know
Future the GOAT of Atlanta.
Yeah,
That
for sure.
part.
For
That
shit
part.
show.
I
For
give
shit
him
show.
that, and he out
For
there
sure.
six. Like I really watched bro
That
come
part.
from
I
this
know
show.
you did.
You
I
know what I
know.
mean? Like really, I
Yeah.
seen him in the studio. Like we in the
That
studio
part.
together, him working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and fluent with that shit. Like bro, I remember the day before. What's his second mixtape that was out? The Dirty Sprite.
From Streets of College.
Oh, okay.
Streets
Yeah.
College and Empire
Yep,
did.
Streets of College.
Hell yeah.
Bro, you know Empire, Fat Mac. He was like that's who did my internet shit.
Okay.
Future bring the tape over there. Cause he was doing the tape with him. So he bring the music and shit over there to him. He sat in the kitchen. Me, Matt, Black, and Future. He tell her like, bro, then when he had racks on racks out. He said, bro, man, I can make hits, bro. This is exact word. Bro, I can make hits. I'm telling you, bro, I got this shit, bro. I can make hits, bro. I done figured this shit out. He really was talking like that. Fat Matt was like, you know what I mean? On some shit. Fat
Heard
Matt,
this before
he
type
just
shit,
some
yeah.
bullshit. He
Yeah.
just some bullshit anyway. So he like, bro, I got this shit, bro. I can make hits, bro. You know,
Yeah.
Black fuck with him real hard.
For sure.
And I fuck with him real hard. So it was like, you know, when you hear this shit coming from a nigga ain't done it yet,
Yeah.
you still be
Of
like,
course, of course.
it sounded a little
Everybody
cocky.
saying that
It
same
sounded
shit.
a little cocky.
Yeah.
I promise you, everything that boy dropped
Super fucking Future.
went
nigga.
fucking crazy. Like,
Sure.
but we already was on his shit that folks hadn't had.
I already know.
Shit, music and shit that they didn't have.
I already know.
And we already knowing like, he going to fuck crazy. When this drop, it finna go crazy. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
And he just knew. He just knew like, bro, I done found that pocket. And
all
he
it
said
takes.
that
Find that
shit
bag.
like, bro, I done found that pocket, bro. I'm making hits, bro. He was salty about that shit with Young Chris. What's his name, Chris?
Yeah, the Racks on Racks.
Yeah,
YC.
He felt like with YC, he felt like
YC.
he gave away his first hit. That was his first hit. And he gave it away. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like if you look at the video,
Oh, I remember the
if
video.
you look at the video, they got Chris. They show Chris on the hook and shit.
Yep.
They putting all that fire in front of Future and shit. Like they kind of shitted on him in the video. Like now, if you look at it to this day, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That
And
is
he was
so
slick
crazy.
salty about that shit. Like
Yeah.
damn. But dude, them at the radio scene to play, and they were like, bro, they stood behind everything else he dropped.
That's
Future
real.
could come out the studio and send it straight to the radio. That shit finna be in rotation.
Super motherfucking
Super
man.
Future.
Salute to
Yeah.
Future for
Shout out
sure.
to the six, man.
Yeah,
Futuristic
Don't
time
speak
future,
shit,
man. We gonna manifest it, man.
That
We need to get him
part.
on that Mob Lingo.
Oh, for sure. That'd be too hard.
Futuristic time future.
hard.
That'd be too goddamn hard.
6 and the 3.
And that's crazy. Future on the TV. Now let me ask y'all something about just on this tour. I know y'all got shows coming up and plenty of more to come. I can imagine it's coming. Talk about collecting the back end and shit now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it a peaceful process? Have y'all figured out a way to, you know what I mean? Because I know I can hear horror stories about, the back end process and shit. Like, how's it for y'all now?
Well, see, how I
We ain't
handle.
walking in no club till
Yeah.
they right in that bag.
Well, see, basically, man, we gotta like we ain't going for nothing. But what I've noticed, just as you learn and go, and
Yeah.
you have had mishaps on
Yeah,
back
I'm
ends,
sure.
or you've seen situations where it could be rocky. We just do it. If we flying in, the promoter got to meet us at the airport with the back end.
That part.
We don't even get in. We don't go nowhere.
Smart.
If you booking me, you the promoter, my back end come to the airport. Once I secure my back end, then I'm comfortable going to the next step, which is checking in or whatever. I'm not gonna give you no time to play. Cause if you ain't got that back end, my friend, at the airport, hey man, I'm on back down the
Exactly.
terminal. You see what I'm
But
saying?
you know, like in Atlanta, we do a lot of favor type shit
Yeah, that's true.
in Atlanta because this home team, you know what I mean? And it's like, we ain't got to be so pressed.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No whole,
It's
no
different
big
here.
bag
Yeah.
in Atlanta, you know what I mean? Like, because it's still people who we just fuck with, period. And they might want to bring us out.
type
You know, they
shit.
No, we fuck with
birthdays
Progress
and shit
Report.
like that.
Nah, that part,
know what I mean?
right?
Got to
Atlanta,
know.
Listen,
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all so much. I got
sure.
a couple more questions, guys. I know y'all got to get out of here too.
Nah,
But man,
sounds
this,
good.
this
Man,
is
I was
so
excited
hard,
when
man.
you called me, Lala,
Of
like in the
course.
middle of all that. And the first thing I said, Lala, I got to add that date on my tour stop. You know what I'm saying? That's big for me. You always been supporting me. Always been like, and just your story, your grind, and
That
just
part.
me just watching you grow and
That's
grow,
real,
like you
man.
say, even before the locker. You know what I'm
telling you.
saying? So now you got your own set, your own location. You thriving.
That's hard.
You get some of the biggest of the biggest when they touch the city. They gotta come
Stand
see
up
you.
for you. Got
You
to.
connected to the streets, and
Sure.
man, you ain't stopped grinding. You ain't stopped grinding, Lala. So every time I see you in your bag, it just know like I was always right about Lala. She one of them ones like me. She get in that bag.
That part, man.
So-
That mean a lot, man. That mean a lot.
For sure.
I want to talk about just health. You know, I know health is something that I think we all as people should focus on, but especially colored people.
Yeah.
So talk about just being mindful of health and good habits now, and you know, just I know with you going through stuff. So
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
Like, you know, from drinking codeine, high blood pressure and shit, you know what I mean? That shit caused my kidney to fail. So, you know what I mean? Like, I always ate pretty good and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Okay, good.
Try to do the best
Like, you know,
decent.
I always ate kind of good. Like, I ain't eat
Yeah.
meat for like 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
And
That
that
what's up,
was,
Mark.
that was like way before, you know what I mean? Because I had like a phobia with bones. I ain't like to eat meat off of bones.
Okay.
Like I could identify like this is a real chicken leg. This is a chicken wing.
Yeah, the
Fucking
bone.
weak.
What?
You know what I mean?
I know, I understand.
But that shit really gave me a phobia. Like I couldn't stand the thought. I ain't want to eat it. You
Type
know what I'm
shit.
saying? So I started like just really eating fish and shit. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And seafood.
Good.
So but it wasn't hard for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
But then with the whole lean shit, drinking the lean and shit, you know, I used to be selling lean and shit, so I always had it and just drinking the shit. But the whole time, I'm not knowing I'm allergic to opiates. Like I can't take like Percocets and shit like that, you know.
I didn't even know. I mean, I guess you can be allergic to anything, but like, what the fuck?
I'm allergic to opiates, so it's like the whole time I'm drinking this shit, it's like I'm drinking poison.
Jesus.
The whole time, you know what I mean? But you know, you dilute it so much, you know what I mean?
Stuff.
With the ice and drink and
Juice,
shit.
yeah.
So it's like you ain't taking no heavy doses. But after you been drinking this shit 15, 20 years down there, you know what I mean? And that shit fucked up my kidneys.
So just moving forward now, and even with you, Lay, like talk about some healthy shit that y'all can incorporate in y'all lives that maybe people can pick up on. Because I feel like, you know, whether it's just maybe stop drinking pop and drinking water, like what's some shit that y'all do that y'all can maybe, you know what I mean, help some people understand. Y'all can do little changes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you just, I mean, I feel like you set your goal, know where you want to be, and it start like just with small changes. With me, if I buy a basketball, I know I'm a goddamn hoop. If I got the basketball in the car and I just see somewhere because I like hooping, so that'll make me exercise out of because I enjoy playing basketball. So sometimes you got to put stuff around you to remind you. You know what I'm saying? Healthy reminder. So I feel like if I'm, you know what I'm saying, if I'm hooping, you know, every day, or I'm giving me an hour hooping, then I'm doing kind of good with my body, my cardio, and then I'm getting some breath and opening up my lungs, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
If you are a smoker, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big smoker, but I'm not a drinker, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, so I just feel like stuff like that, you know, I obviously water to dilute everything. You know, some people just don't like water. Some people don't like water.
Say
That's
this,
true.
though.
I don't like water. I'm one of those.
People, period. You know what I mean? Salt.
Salt is a bitch, and this is so
Salt.
much shit.
You know what I mean? You know, they say sugar and salt, them your first addictions as a baby.
It makes sense,
You know
though.
what I mean?
It does make sense.
Salt and sugar. You know what I mean? So it's like try to stay away from salt and sugar as much as you can.
So
You
what,
know what I mean?
while we on this little run, man, we need to incorporate, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we start something on the ground. They can follow
Yeah,
us doing some
sure.
little,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
30 minutes, little, just
Yeah.
some healthy shit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even if
Yeah.
it's a meal prep
I
or,
know Bankhead did that, you know what I'm saying? He started the running shit. And
Yeah.
I just think people that look up to y'all would appreciate it indirectly and directly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
ride us some bikes or something.
For real.
You would come ride some bikes with us,
Hell
Lala?
yeah,
If we did
yeah.
like a little bike trail?
I definitely would. I got a trail right by my spot. I stay by Cumberland Mall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
We
Maybe
be
we need to
going-
start a
see,
little
we be
club like
going
that.
To, we be going on the
belt line.
The belt line.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
the belt line lit.
Atlanta
Maybe we
got
start a
some
belt
I
line
ain't gonna lie.
club. Start us a
The
little belt line.
lit.
Cause you know we got the
Sure.
electric bikes and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
what I'm saying.
the belt line off the chain, especially like on the weekends.
lit.
Man,
That's
it
what I
be
mean,
million,
y'all.
like
Yeah.
it probably like
That'll
a
be hard.
million
I think
folk
that, I like that.
That'll be
be out
hard.
there and shit. So
like it.
For sure.
and they got the restaurant. So after we ride and shit, we
And go get a drink.
yeah, you know.
Yeah,
that's
go,
real shit.
go straight get a drink.
That part. Okay, like 2 more questions, y'all. So okay, I want to talk about fatherhood. You know, Lay, you still not a father yet, are you? Or are you?
Yeah.
You are.
Big father.
What's so crazy? It's like when me and you been knowing each other for so long, but I have not seen that aspect of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get why it's like, you know, some shit you do keep private.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so therefore, I want y'all both to talk about fatherhood. How did it like?
I'm a papa.
Damn, my nigga. Okay.
That hard.
two
Congratulations,
Damn,
Mob.
right.
Yeah, I
That's
got
huge.
2 grandkids. Like
That's hard.
my oldest 2 girls, both
More
of them,
life.
they
Damn.
both of them 22.
Okay.
Yeah, and both of them just had boys.
Oh wow, that's what's
Yeah,
up,
that's
man.
hard.
Yeah, so it's like, man, like I got 5 kids. I got 3 girls and 2 boys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Man, you know, it's they family, so it's like, you know, it ain't really no blueprint to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just love your family. You gonna
Yeah.
do what it take to be there for your family. You know
Yeah,
what
right.
I mean? Like, even though, you know, like I got 5 different baby moms. So it used to be like, you know, sometimes, but we at a stage now,
Yeah,
like
niggas
we
grown,
cool
like,
now.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
It get greater later.
like
For sure.
when I was a little younger, we used to go through it,
Of course.
little shit like that. But like now, by my kids being a little older and shit, like my youngest 14, so it's like they can call me for shit they need and shit. You know what I mean?
Different now.
So it's like I only got to talk to their mom and them on that end, but it kind of made us a little more cool than them having to hit me up like, yo, you need to do this.
yeah.
You know how this shit, you know? And so it's cool, man. I love
what's
being a dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
what's up, my boy?
I look at that like these my teammates. These the people
Mm.
but I gotta like I'm looking at it like it's kind of an investment. You know what I mean? Because it's like
I agree with that.
invest into your kids.
I
'cause
agree.
These the people who gonna accept you when you old and can't really move and shit.
I
like
agree.
who gonna take care of you?
That part.
And I want my kids to feel obligated to take care of me. Like
That
my
part.
dad
Yeah,
took
what's
care
up?
of me.
That
I'm gonna
part.
make sure my dad good.
I'm gonna make sure he good. You know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
that's how I look at my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these my main teammates.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? My sons, these who gonna keep my name going. These girl might get married off. You know what I mean? And change their name and shit. But them girls love me more
Of
than
course,
anybody. You know?
of course.
But my boys, I still look at them like y'all gotta carry my name on.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna keep this name going.
Legacy,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at
Generational,
that, you know?
I love that.
Generation of health
What
and
about
wealth.
you, Lay?
I mean, just like, you know, fatherhood is a great thing, man. It's a blessing. I mean, this is for me. That's one of family. It's like one of my biggest driving my motivations, and you know, I always keep what I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying, and who I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying. Just intact. You know what I'm saying, like. Even being spread thin with being busy and being here and being there, you know what I'm saying? Just younger, I wasn't so good with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learning fatherhood
See, I think
and learning how to balance myself,
I think I'd
you know?
be like, if I was to have kids now, like I know what to do a little more.
I feel
you know what I
you.
mean? Because I used to only think like money. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like long as I'm kicking out,
Yeah.
they cool.
Right,
But
right.
they really don't care.
And I think, you know
what I mean? So
once people get older, it means so much more to have that emotional, mental connection. Now, early
Yeah.
on, that money is important because they
yeah,
need to be taken
like you
care
know
of.
the money
so-
important, but you
Yeah.
can't just do that.
Right.
You gotta have that personal relationship
For
with them
sure.
because,
Facts.
like I'm gonna say my youngest son, like I moved to Cali, like I was never with his mom. You know, we just kicked it or whatever, and she from Illinois, so when I moved to Cali, I never even got to see him till he was like 4, other than like 4, like FaceTime and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me and her didn't have no type of connection to where I even felt the fly there to see him and shit, you know. But when I came back to Atlanta, they moved to Atlanta and
Okay.
shit. And so we got that connection. But
Right.
you know, I used to provide for him, but I ain't know him.
Type shit.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a
Like,
difference.
what you saying.
he ain't know me. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
real.
So like I was me like a new child at 5. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he a part of me, so automatically he had love for me, I had love for him, you know what I mean? But I didn't know him. I had to relearn my child, you know what I mean? I had to learn my child, cause I had never been around him. I ain't know his ways, he ain't know mine.
Type shit.
And I started realizing like all the time ain't really about no money. You gotta build that relationship. You wanna be personal with these kids, you know what I mean? Like, so there's like the money cool, but bro, you gotta spend that time with them kids.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like all the way.
For
get
sure.
to know them, know their ways, know what they into. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because eventually their life gonna determine your life. You know what I mean? If
sure.
you set your shit up right, you know, especially if you got something to lead to them and shit. So you don't want to just leave it to a stranger or a child you really don't know like that. I want to know you can handle this.
Straight up. That part.
sure.
That part.
For sure.
That
Like,
part.
which one can handle this? It might be your girls who more business minded or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So like I be looking at the movie like Godfather on how he had to pick, but it ended up being his youngest son who was like the heir to what he had going on because his mind was right. The older son was strong and feisty and shit. You know what I mean? He could handle on that end, but he wasn't level-minded enough like the baby boy.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Middle child, he was, you know what I mean, on some more shit. So, and I just pay attention to shit like, cause Godfather like a real movie if you
Nah, for
really
sure.
think about it. You know what I mean? It's deep. It's a lot of jewels in this shit. And so I just started looking at it like that. Like, damn, I'm gonna have to, you know, I plan on leaving them some.
That's
so
right.
damn, like how I'm gonna set it up? Who will be the main one I should leave shit to? Who can keep shit going? I ain't just gonna sell my shit.
Right.
When I pass,
Straight
you know what I
up.
mean, and just blow the money.
Right.
Who will keep it going? You know what I mean?
I get it.
For sure.
I get it, man.
So it really like they in training.
Yeah.
Like
Nah,
you really
for
want to
real.
have them in training. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
for real.
Like for real. You know, or your legacy will die. You know what I mean?
That part.
You could the dad been on work super hard, but then you leave it to some kid who just gonna fuck the money off,
Man,
sell
what?
your shit. You know what I mean? Shit. Then that shit dead. You know what I mean?
Gotta
You
teach
want to
'em
keep
right.
something going. So it really like you gotta train them. Like,
That's real.
bro, you need it. You know.
Literally.
I agree, my brother.
Nah, for real. Guys, this has been an amazing conversation. I mean, literally, we could go for days. But I want to ask y'all our keyword progress. I asked all my guests, let you know this. I asked all my guests what our keyword progress means. So both of y'all tell me, what does our keyword progress mean to each of y'all?
Progress for me, we say we standing on P. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just try to make a step every day. And I mean, if it's a half a step, if it's an inch, I mean, that's progress to me. I know I can't do everything in one day. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't win. You know what I'm saying? That's just, but I know I can chip at it. And I know if I just take, consistency is the thing. So if I take one swing every day, that's better than taking no swings. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I hang my head on, just trying to make a good step, whether it's an email, whether it's a call to a promoter, whether it's a, you know what I'm saying? Anything that advance me and advance my mind. Like,
You gotta
so.
plant them seeds. I look at it like progressing is like planting seeds. You know what I mean? Like I gotta do something today that I might not get no results today, but I'm gonna get it 6 months from now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, and just try to keep shit going. You know what I mean? I'm big on that planting seeds.
It's harvest season
Like, you
for
know
us,
what I
but we
mean?
done
Like,
planting a lot of
you
seeds.
gotta
You
plant
have
them
too,
seeds.
Lala.
Yeah.
You gotta plant
Hey,
them
we all been
seeds,
planting them
and they
things.
come
Harvest
back,
season,
you know what I
baby.
mean? Like, and they come back, you know what I mean? But you gotta give it time to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
for
you
sure.
know what I mean? You just gotta water them.
Yup.
Water
Yup.
them seeds,
Yup.
water them, you know what I mean? And be able to come back to that shit.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean? So,
That's real.
like, any progress be good with me. Like, I can go to the studio, like, I can have 10 hours in that bitch, but I might do 3 songs, but one of them bitches raw. You know what I mean? That was worth the 10 hours to me.
Straight up.
For
That
sure.
one hard song. You know what I mean?
All the time.
So
For sure.
that's how I look at shit. Like, hell yeah. You know, I can come in this motherfucker and do a bunch of songs that, like, but I got this one You know what I mean?
It's
That
him, though.
Well, it's
It's
him.
him.
Yeah.
Where I made some progress.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For shit show.
That's how I look at shit.
You know, made a
know
lot
what
of
I mean?
progress, Mob. For sure.
Man, hell yeah.
Progress, bro.
Hey man, again, man,
shit lit, bruh.
I'm definitely giving y'all flowers verbally. I am so proud of y'all. Keep fucking working, man. I can't wait to see y'all take over the world again. Can we get a release date for anything, or do we not know? Or
Shit, we finna drop back on that video when Friday,
The official
Friday.
video Friday.
and we trying to finish with the Mob Lingo.
okay,
We
Before
trying to
Christmas.
drop before Christmas.
okay,
You know
y'all
what I
got some
mean?
time.
Yeah.
I think y'all can do that.
I think we're gonna meet.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I'm gonna drop. I got this shit called Southern Cross.
I've been seeing you, promote,
so
yeah.
I'm trying to see exactly. I don't know if I want to go into the new year. You know what I mean?
I say y'all drop this collab joint first and go
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
after that bitch.
Yeah,
Hell
we
yeah.
got some shit. I ain't
I know
gonna lie,
y'all
like
do. I know
we
y'all
gonna-
we was just in the
Stupid.
studio, man. This shit
the
just
balance.
flow off so
It
easy.
just
you
the
know what I
balance,
mean?
Can't
cause it's so
wait.
night and day. So he give
Yeah,
me that, like
yeah.
he give me that street balance. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? More time, why I go commercial fun,
Yeah.
party, he'll
Yeah.
draw it back to the street, and
Straight up.
it balance. You know what I'm saying? It's like I balance his.
Then he like, you know, he make that shit fun for me. I ain't gonna lie, like
I love
he
that.
give me a whole nother energy from what
You
I
make
be
it
on. You know what I mean? Like
Hell yeah.
he be like, man, pop that
You
shit.
make it
I be
private.
trying, I be revving them up like, bro, you can say anything, just say
Hey,
it. You
the
know what I
best-
mean?
hey, all
You
the
be
hits
in that
come from when you
motherfucker saying
having
all
fun in
type
the
of
studio.
shit.
Type shit.
That's a
So
gym.
it's
You
like-
know what I'm saying?
I love that.
When the energy good and you having fun, man, that's when the
Boy.
hits come.
That's what I'm saying, man. I love
to
this for
tell you,
y'all. I love this for y'all, man. This was legendary. I know the people gonna love it and appreciate this conversation. I can't wait to go back and edit and hear it again. But man, I
Progress.
appreciate y'all
Man, we
again.
appreciate you.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah,
you,
man.
Lalaa.
It's the progress support, y'all.
You got our first interview
I
together.
know.
too.
Hey,
Yeah,
legendary,
that's
baby.
major, man.
Yeah.
This is major.
The Progress Report.